Allerseits, wie geht's? Hoffentlich gut. Heute lernen wir Präpositionen. Prepositions. So let us start. So before we start with the actual topic, we have to know what is a preposition. It is a preposition. What is pre about it? Its position is always before a noun. That means after a preposition we will always have a noun. So these prepositions that you see on the slide, after these prepositions we will always have a noun, but always an accusative. So whenever we write this preposition, any one of these, whatever noun comes after it, it will be in accusative case. That is why they are called as Präpositionen mit Akkusativ. So für plus accusative, plus accusative, durch plus accusative, etc. Now, let us look at the meanings of all these prepositions. Für is extremely simple. Für means for. Is around. Durch is through. Ohne is without. Gegen is against. And entlang is along. Now there is an exception with entlang. What is the exception? Let us look at it in the next slide. So for a clearer understanding, we have examples over here in our textbook. Topic number 2b5, Präpositionen mit dem Akkusativ. Let us read the description first. Prepositions are unique to several languages. As the name suggests, their position is before the noun. In German, prepositions require a particular case. Example, für, durch, ohne, gegen and entlang are prepositions with accusative. Mnemonic, fu, do, ge will help you remember them. So the initials of each of these prepositions is combined together to make a word, fu, do, ge. If you remember this word, you will remember the prepositions also. So here, if you see, there are sentences from A to I. These sentences contain these prepositions. But for understanding the meaning more better, we have to match each sentence to a particular picture. Pictures are given above. So each sentence, one picture will match. So you can pause the video here for 5 minutes and match the sentences to the pictures. And then we will check. So could you get all of it? Let us see. That's a Sonja kauft Blumen für ihren Mann. Hat heute Geburtstag. So für ihren Mann. If you see ihren, it has become. Because after für, the noun becomes accusative. So which picture goes with this? Obviously the first one. Bild 1. Jetzt Satz B. Durch das Fenster sieht man die ganze Stadt von oben. Durch das Fenster is through the window. Now Fenster is neutral, so there is no change in its article. So durch das Fenster means through the window. Welches Bild passt? Bild 5. Obviously. Dann Satz C. Der Mann sieht die Glastür nicht und läuft gegen sie. So the man does not see the glass door. And läuft gegen sie means he just runs against it, means he dashes it. Okay? That is also the meaning of gegen. He dashes against it. So, welches Bild passt? Das ist Bild. Satz D. Die Straße führt den Fluss entlang. Den Fluss entlang. So this is the exception about entlang. It does not come before the noun, it comes after the noun. The same thing can be seen in the yellow box to the right hand side also. Entlang as an exception often appears after the noun, postposition. Okay? But it is not hard and fast. Writing it before the noun is also correct, but it is also written after the noun. Welches Bild passt hier. Das ist Bild 6. Entschuldigung, Bild 7. Correct? The road leads along the river. Satz A. Es gibt schöne Bäume entlang die Straße. Again here entlang is used, but it is used before the noun. Die Straße is feminine, so its article does not change. Entlang die Straße. Along the road. Welches passt? Bild 9. Correct? There are trees along the road. Satz F. Das Auto fährt die Ecke. Das ist Bild 6. Die Ecke is around the corner. Ecke is corner. Die Ecke, das ist Bild 6. Satz G. Meine Großmutter kann noch gut ohne Brille lesen. Ohne Brille is without spectacles. Brille is spectacles. Welches Bild passt? Das ist Bild 8. Satz H. Maria braucht Medikamente gegen Fieber. Gegen Fieber. Medicines against fever. So here, welches Bild passt? Das ist Bild 2. Und dann Satz I. Heute spielt Federer gegen Nadal. Again here gegen is used. Gegen is here against or versus. Das ist Bild 3. Okay, simple. So from the examples also the meaning of the prepositions is more clear now. Now let us check if you have understood the concept by solving this small exercise. Ergänze die Präposition und den Artikel. So we have to fill both the preposition as well as the article ending. Okay. Nummer 1. Dieses T-Shirt ist perfekt mein Vater. So it is perfect for my father, correct? So you have to write für in the first blank, and in the another blank we will write the ending en, meinen. Satz 2. Meine Mutter hat Diabetes. Sie trinkt Tee Zucker. Tea sugar. Tea without sugar. So you have to write ohne Zucker. Wir fahren die Fluss . Here also it will be, since the blank is after the noun, that is also a hint that it is entlang. Because only entlang is an exception, it comes after the noun. And otherwise also meaning wise also entlang is correct. We are driving along the river. So entlang is the preposition, and what is the article? Den. Der Fluss becomes den in accusative. Heute gibt es ein Cricketspiel im Fernsehen. Indien gegen Sri Lanka. Gegen, against or versus. Die Kinder spielen die Feuer. Feuer means fire. So children are playing the fire. It is obviously around the fire. So das Feuer. Is around. Wir gehen Tor. Tor is gate. So you go through the gate. Correct? So it will be wir gehen durch das Tor. Sie kauft die Blumen Mutter. For the mother, correct? So it will be für ihre Mutter. Mutter is feminine, so we add the ending E. Für ihre Mutter. Okay, it is extremely simple. Now based on this, you can solve the that I have already shared in our German team. Now, we are going to deal with a very simple topic. Unregelmäßige Verben. Unregelmäßige Verben. Regelmäßig means regular and unregelmäßig means irregular. So these verbs are irregular. What is irregular about them? The verb conjugation for do and rsg. When you conjugate these verbs for do or rsg, the vowel of these verbs changes. For ish, wir, ihr and zz, there is no change. It is like a normal verb conjugation. The change happens only for do and rsg. So there are basically two types of unregelmäßige Verben. First type is when you conjugate them for do and rsg, the a in the vowel, a in the verb changes to a umlaut. Okay, so only for do and rsg, a becomes a umlaut. And second category is when you conjugate these verbs for do and rsg, the e in the verb changes to I or IE. Okay, now that we have to learn which verb change to I and which verb vowels changes to IE, that we need to learn. Okay, so I will repeat once again. This is a new category of verbs, irregular verbs, unregelmäßige Verben. What is irregular about them? The verb conjugation. The verb conjugation for do and rsg. When you conjugate the verbs for do and rsg, the vowel of the verb changes. Basically, there are only two changes that happen. Either the a will change to a umlaut or the e will change to I or IE. Okay, so there are only two possibilities. So let us look at some examples. Das ist Kategorie 1. A changes to a umlaut. So here, if you see, the verb is fahren. Fahren means to travel or to drive. If you see here, ich fahre, wir fahren, ihr fahrt and sie fahren. It is like a normal verb conjugation. But for do, it has become fährst. Ending st is as it is, no change in the ending, but a has changed to a umlaut. RZS also it has become fährt. F a umlaut HRT. Ending is same, only the vowel has changed. Okay? Simple. Noch ein Beispiel. Schlafen. Schlafen means to sleep. Again, we will go to the normal ones first. Ich schlafe, wir schlafen, ihr schlaft and sie schlafen. It is like a normal verb conjugation. But for do it has become schläfst. A umlaut. And automatically the pronunciation also changes. Schläfst. And for RZS also it becomes schläft. Simple. Noch ein Beispiel. Tragen. Tragen means to wear. We wear clothes, for example, that is tragen. So again, ich trage, wir tragen, ihr tragt, sie tragen. It is same. But du trägst, a umlaut, and RZS trägt. Here also a umlaut is there. Now we come to the second category. E changes to I or IE. Beispiel Nummer 1, sehen. Sehen means to see. Here, let us again come to the normal ones first. Ich sehe, wir sehen, ihr seht, and sie sehen. It is normal. But for du, siehst. IE. Okay, ending is same only, but the E has changed to IE. Similarly for RZS, sieht. Okay? When the vowel changes, the pronunciation also changes. Noch ein Beispiel. Lesen. Lesen means to read. Ich lese, wir lesen, ihr lest, sie lesen. But for do, least. L-I-E-S-T. E has changed to I-E. Now, the root of the verb is ending with S. Correct? So we do not add an extra S over there. Actually, the ending for do is ST. But if we add ST, then we will have double S over there. We do not need it. So we add only T. And for RZS, again it is same, least. S is there because it is in the root of the verb, and T is the normal ending for RZS. E has changed to IE. So again we'll read Ich lese, du liest, RZS liest, wir lesen, ihr lest, sie lesen. Sprechen. Sprechen means to speak. Ich spreche, wir sprechen, ihr sprecht, sie sprechen. But here, for du, it has become I. Du sprichst. RZS spricht. Okay? Dann nehmen. Nehmen means to take. Ich nehme, wir nehmen, ihr nehmt, sie nehmen. But for do, actually there are some more changes. Not only has E changed to I, H is omitted, and instead of single M we have double M here. So nimmst. RZS nimmt. So there are more changes over here for nehmen. Und dann essen. Essen means to eat. Ich esse, wir essen, ihr esst, sie essen. But for do, E has changed to I. So it becomes ist. Double S is already there in the root of the verb. So when we add an extra S for ST, then we will have 3S. So we do not need it. We add only T over there. So ist I double ST for do, and for RZS also it is I double ST. Ist. Now let us check if you have understood by solving this small exercise. Ergänze. The options are lesen, essen, fahren, tragen, sprechen and nehmen. You have to fill these verbs in the correct blanks and in the conjugated form. So you can pause the video here for a while, fill and come back. So could you get all of it? Let us check. Maria isst morgens Brot mit Butter. I double ST ist. Maria is third person singular. Du magst Picknick. Nimmst du Essen und Getränke? Nimmst. NIMMST. Are you taking food and drinks? Next example. Wohin fahren die Kinder morgen? FAHREN. There is no umlaut. Umlaut is only for du and RSG. Mein Vater liest Bücher gern. LIEST liest. Mareike und Hannah sprecht ihr Spanisch. Here Mareike und Hannah, they are second person plural. So for ihr, there is no change in vowel. So SPRECHT, sprecht. Sprecht ihr Spanisch. And the last example, Klaus trägt heute eine Jeans und Pullover. So here, trägt, A umlaut is there. Klaus is third person singular, that is RZS. So we have to conjugate according to RZS. It becomes A umlaut. Okay, it is extremely simple. Based on this, try to solve the worksheet that I have shared in our worksheets folder in Teams. Okay, jetzt machen wir es auf Wiedersehen.